California houses a lot of iconic sites, great scenery, luxurious infrastructure, dreamy beaches, and unique employment opportunities. In addition, its economy ranks 5th in the world. But the question is, why then are lots of people moving out of California in 2024? A recent study by UC Berkeley revealed that over half of the residents of California are looking into moving. The state's population has been reducing because of national migration since 2000, however natural population increase and international migration have kept California's population growing at a 0.35% rate as of 2016. Below are our best estimations of what a California resident could consider when planning a move, and where the calculation might land them. Almost 700,000 people relocate out of California just last year. There are different reasons for even permanent residents of California to leave the state and move out of it. So in today's video we will show you why people are leaving California in record numbers in 2024. But before starting the video, I want to request you, we put our best efforts to create our every single video, so please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's start with the reasons. Number 9, devastating wildfires. More than 8,500 fires burnt almost 2 million hectares of land in California as of October 2020. This makes last year the biggest sun in the history of the state. Former residents of California made their frustration known on the issue of fires that are not likely to turn less dangerous in the coming future. Others mentioned that they will move out of their home burns down one more time as they just can't handle the cycle of unending rebuilding and destruction. Also, the fires don't just affect those that live in rural areas. The largest cities in California were covered in thick smoke as the fires raged, compelling residents of the urban area to remain indoors until the fires go down. Number 8, social and economic challenges. California has over 150,000 homeless people, no other state has up to that, and many of them are either mentally ill or addicted to drugs. They expose themselves in places where they are noticeable by children and many other challenges reported by residents. Former residents mention that homeless individuals can be seen everywhere in the state, even in areas where wealthy people live. Others complain that there has been increasing in homeless encampments in suburban locations all over the state. The majority of former residents of the state feel that the California government is either not doing its best in solving the problem or is just compounding the problem. Number 7, the convenience of working from home. Remote workers don't necessarily have to reside in California to work for a California-based employer, and a lot of them are choosing another city with an affordable cost of living. A recent survey discovered around 43% of California residents who can work from any location is considering packing their belongings and searching for greener pastures. Even the decline in housing prices of recent is not enough to convince the state residents from leaving the state for another state with a lower tax rate. Number 6, insecurity. Violent crime is increasing and a lot of people feel the COVID-19 restrictions are responsible for the problem. Even though some people think that California is cutting police budgets as riders run everywhere unchecked, others complain about the difficulty people face in taking matters into their hands at the start of an attempted robbery because of state laws. Former residents also fault prosecutors, accusing them of allowing criminals to run free. This reason is a major player in the speed of people leaving California as people are looking for security and stability, including cheaper housing in other states. Number 5, housing crisis. The average cost of real estate in California is a huge $600,000. And the latest data from Zillow shows that the median rent in California in mid-2020 is at $2,800 over the national average of $1,600. Simply put, if you are not wealthy or ready to live with friends or relatives, you truly cannot afford to reside in the state. California's local jurisdiction holds huge sway on what is built. Officials have usually weighed into NIMBY, that means, not in my backyard. Pressure against new construction, many of it in a bid to protect the ecosystem or preserving neighborhood character. There are many reasons California had long-term housing storage. Long-term homeowners possess local city councils, which encourages them to disallow the building of new housing projects in the name of saving the neighborhood character or protecting the ecology. Old zoning laws ensure that cities can build dense urban locations. In fact, 3/4 of the entire residential land found in Los Angeles can only be used for constructing single-family homes. A lot of California residents tried to navigate around these challenges by building homes outside the city. Unfortunately, these homes are usually built in areas that got devastated by fires recently. We was already discussed about wildfires. Number 4, unemployment. Not everyone considering a move is just being cost-conscious. Job opportunity and wage levels are huge factors for others who know that highly affordable states usually come with lesser incomes. To calculate opportunities, we considered the annual average wages from the second quarter of 2020, making a national pay scale. The maximum national average wages were seen in Massachusetts at $81,640, then $79,040 in New York. California ranked third at $76,336 and is an important reason many people stay. On the fourth position was Washington at $74,048, Connecticut at $73,164, and New Jersey at $71,552. Many factors affect the value of those incomes. Begin with being able to keep a job. Consider the average unemployment rates from 2015 to 2019 and you find North Dakota as the state in which you don't have many risks of losing a job with a median 2.7% unemployment rate. Hawaii was the next and New Hampshire at 2.8%, Nebraska and Vermont were at 3%, followed by Iowa and South Dakota at 3.1%. Number 3, political problems. A lot of residents of California are in support of the policies of their state. However, a lot of conservative and even reasonable voters feel that California is moving too far to the left. Ben Shapiro, a conservative journalist, talked about his personal decision to move out of state, stating increasing union influence, limitation on law enforcement officials, looting, and the stop to standardized testing in state universities as some of the factors that aid his decision to relocate to another state. Others mention that they feel that their votes in California don't count, while others still complain that politicians focus on the needs of large cities while leaving the needs and wishes of residents of rural areas unattended. COVID-19 restrictions in the state have placed an extra strain on residents. 19% of California workers had filed for unemployment as of April 2020. Even though some industries have resumed operation, others are affected by continued restrictions. Restricted businesses include gyms, restaurants, personal care services, bars, hospitality, and the tourism industry. Other states don't have so many COVID-19 related lockdowns as California does, which causes many business owners to seriously look into leading the state to another one where they have hope of attaining success in their business. Number 2, rising state taxes. The marginal income tax rate is currently at 13.3%, but legislators want to increase it to almost 17%. The move would not just affect rich residents of California but also small entrepreneurs, most of whom are facing challenges related to COVID-19 lockdowns and shutdowns. The sales tax is more than 7% already, and there is a 50-cent gas tax. Furthermore, residents of California are not even allowed to deduct most of their state taxes from their federal taxes, all thanks to the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act by President Trump. Even though taxes in other states are high, California is one of the 2 states with a tax rate of more than 10%, the other is Hawaii. What that means in real life is highlighted below. Simply put, someone who makes $50,000 per annum would be paying $9,679 in state and federal taxes. Someone who makes $100,000 per year would have to spend $28,923. Those that make $500,000 per annum would be paying a huge $210,949. To complicate the matter, state legislators in California are now discussing retroactive taxes as well as an exit tax for rich residents of the state who leave California for another state. AB 2088 doesn't only seek to create a wealth tax in California but also force rich old California residents to pay the tax for nearly 10 years after they've left. Number 1, high cost of living. California is an expensive place to live. The cost-demanding moving candidates start from people in financial issues to those on a constant income, such as retirees and a new group formed in the pandemic time, an employee who can work remotely. The cost of living in California is 38% higher than the national average. Housing is 97% higher than the national average, while utilities are 22% higher. When it comes to basic necessities such as food and clothing, groceries are around 10% higher than in the rest of the country, while clothing costs 10% higher. Healthcare services such as doctor checkups and dentistry cost 8% higher in California compared to the national average. At the same time, non-necessary expenses such as entertainment and grooming services are 10% higher. Consider what an interstate price parity cost of living index of California from the Federal Bureau of Economic Analysis reveals to us about affordable moving possibilities. It shows the state is expensive to live. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.